students and faculties. So I would like to give some brief about IIC. In the year 2018, the Ministry of Education, MOE, through MOE's Innovation Cell, MIC, launched the Institutional Innovations Council program in collaboration with AICTE for higher education institutions to systematically foster the culture of innovation and startup ecosystem in education institutions. Primarily, the IIC's role to engage many faculties, students and staff in various innovation and entrepreneurship related activities such as ideation, problem solving, proof of concept development, design thinking, IPR and project handling. At pre-incubation stages so that innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem get established and stabilized in HEIS. The IIC model is designed to address the existing challenges issued in HEIS such as fewer number, occasional and unplanned innovation and entrepreneurship activities organized in HEIS. With low involvement of top leadership, lack of coherence and absence of synergy. In resource mobilization, deployment and underutilization of creative potential of youth as a major barrier for vibrant IIC ecosystem to emerge for HEIS. Now, I would like to give some highlights about Lingyas Vidyapeeth. Lingyas Vidyapeeth is a renowned education institute dedicated to nurturing young minds and empowering them with knowledge, skills and values. Established in year 1998, our institute has a rich history of academics, excellence and commitment to foster holistic development in students. Saying that we focus on our students' overall growth, development without creating a balance in providing them with equal opportunities in both academic and non-academic domains would be defeating the entire purpose. So good thing that to strengthen the pillars of our academic domain, we don't just have a continuously updating curriculum, but also have highly qualified and experienced faculty members who firmly believe in knowledge creation and distribution. With that, I would like to welcome our guest, Dr. Swapnila Roy, for the session.
Thank you so much for this invitation. Really, it's my immense pleasure to be a part of this program, Institutions Innovation Council. Today's topic is incubation opportunities for the students and faculty. So, firstly, we have to clear about the idea of what is incubation. Incubation, what I say, firstly, if I start from the core topic, what is the incubation? It is one type of organizations, we can say, where we can collect all the ideas from the budding innovators. What is this? I can define in this way, this is a process of nurturing and supporting early stage startups or business ideas by providing them with the necessary resources, mentorship and environment to grow and succeed. Firstly, I am describing one thing, one by one. Firstly, the process of supporting early stage startups, startup or business idea. There are the three different stages, just like if I say we will collect the idea will be converted to the prototype and prototype is converted to the product. So there are the three different stages of this. So now this is called incubation. But if we go for what is a business incubators, going for the commercial purpose, so in that case, if we ask business incubator, this is an organization where it is established to accelerate the growth and success of entrepreneurs through the various kinds of the supports. So incubator means it is the resources and the services which including the physical space, capital, coaching, common services and networking connections. So incubator, mentor as well as provide the business assistance and monitor services. So we can just highlight what are the objectives of this session. That means these are the opportunities for the students as well as the faculty. Firstly, there are the four main objectives. Firstly, to introduce the concept of incubation. What is incubation? This is the growth or the starting phase of collecting all the ideas. and its relevance in the academic domain. Secondly, to explore the benefits of incubation for both the students as well as faculty members. Third, to identify and explain various incubation programs available. And finally, to provide the practical steps for engaging with incubation opportunities. These are important four objectives for incubation opportunities for the students as well as faculties. So if we just skip to the business incubations. Business incubators, what are that? Incubators actually, it is a significant role for providing the assistance to the entrepreneurs, particularly at the initial stage, where he or she will be businessman. That is not, I'm just not telling, incubation means always they can give the assistance in the initial stage. So, they play the role of accelerator in the startup ventures. So, for the students, I think it is very much beneficial for the incubation opportunities. Firstly, we have to understand what is the incubation, and it is very much important, significant step for the faculty as well as the students. Firstly, I can highlight what is the significance in the era of academic. This can bridge the gap between the academic research as well as industry. Secondly, it can contribute to the innovation ecosystem. What is innovation ecosystem? Innovation means something new. What you have given us to the new idea, that is innovation. And what is ecosystem? Ecosystem means if we make all the students' zone or students' domain to understand about what is the significance or importance of the incubation during their study. Regardless of that, it is not for the only PhD scholars, it is all for the college students, school students, everyone can go for the innovation. Even also class 5 or class 4 students, they can give a new idea for the innovation and they can file also the patent. I will come after next session. Then, what are the opportunities for the students? Students, firstly, they should have idea not for the theoretical knowledge as well as practical knowledge, means hands-on experience. What are the hands-on experience? Means real world learning. What we are going through our book, that is real world learning. Then we have to go for the practical. Practical means this is the implications of the theoretical knowledge. Then we have to matching this. That is your practical applications in the real world. That means it can help to develop our skill employability. So next point, it should be skill development. Because nowadays you know that Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, that is under the skill development course. So skill development, it is the participation in the incubator which can help to develop the essential skills like problem solving, project management, teamwork. That is the part of the skill development. Now, I am coming to the what is the business incubation. Here in the academic zone, if I first consider the academic zone is in university, college, there must be a research and development cell, and there should be one different separate cell for the incubation, because all the students should be motivated by their faculty members and they are motivated. In this today's era, you know the employability chance in our India. So in that case, everyone, all the ministerial level, all are always motivating to start your new ventures. So it can be started through incubation. So incubation means it is a zone where we can collect the new idea. Then it will be converted to the prototype. Finally, it will be converted to the product. This is the flowchart. Meanwhile, we can file the patent, which can be commercialized. Patent can be utility patent, can be design patent, and that can be, the technologies will be commercializations. That is a different issue. That depends on the government and different issues are there. Next, access to the resources. How can you start? Firstly, real world learning. Students can gain their practical experience in the entrepreneurship, complementing their academic knowledge. But what are the access to the resources? That means funding. Funding is the main important part. Many incubators offer seed funding. What is seed funding? Seed funding means It is the minimum investment of the capital so that you can start your project. Maybe it can be 25,000, maybe it can be 1 lakh. This is called seed funding. Seed means it is the starting phase for the growing phase. This is called seed funding. So many incubators offer the seed funding or help secure investment from the external sources. So external sources, if you put on your idea to any company or any organization or any commercial, if they are interested, they can provide you that seed funding. Otherwise, if you from your side, you can start by investing 25,000, 25,000. That is also called the seed funding. Now, next problem or next point is infrastructure. Infrastructure, students can access the office space. Where it is possible, students cannot hire because they are not income hold persons. So in that case, you have to start from your college or university. Office space, labs. For the science, engineering, pharma, they should have labs. Technical resources would be very difficult to afford independently. So in that case, you have to depend on particular any resources. In this regard, you can get the help from your academic, university, official, dean, HOD, editor. Next important part is mentorship or guidance. Who can guide you? Suppose you have many ideas, but which idea can be fruitful for startup for the ventures? That is most important. And in that case, incubation part is entered here. Mentorship, expert mentorship. That means you have to go from the IPR cell, intelligence, that means intellectual property rights cell. You have to contact with them with proper mentor. Proper mentor means not like a common faculty members. In that case, for the incubation, you have to go to the research and development incubation cells, where they can gather all the different type of idea by supervision of proper mentor. Mentor, expert mentorship. That means experienced entrepreneurs. Who is experienced entrepreneurs? That means those who have already run their business for last 2 years, 3 years by studying his or her own innovative ideas. Industry expert, alumni. You know, alumni means those who have already passed out. Or industry expert. That means those who have already passed out from this university or any university and working in that industry, you can get the mentorship, expert mentorship from them, who can provide you the valuable advice and mentorship. Next point, business development support. Business development support. Suppose from the incubation to your startup venture, there need a proper business planning. You can't start, you have many ideas, you can't start in this way. So this must be a business proper planning. And market research. What is market research? That means your idea should have the proper need or significance in the market. It should be in the competitive market, I should say. And you should have proper budget. Okay. And intellectual property protection. What we say in the commercial language, IPR. Okay. That means your idea should be protected. It should not be shared with all. Okay. Otherwise, your ventures will be in the loss. Next is networking opportunities. What is networking? You should have very good network. Otherwise, you cannot proceed. Firstly, industry connections. Very good industry connections you should have. What is that? Incubators often have extensive networks connecting the students, potential partners, investors and customers. Secondly, community engagement. Students should be the part of like-minded innovators and entrepreneurs. Like-minded means same type of minds with innovators and entrepreneurs. Why? I am telling this is the community engagement because same type of idea should have anyone. So you should have same community with them so that you can get your idea is unique in each aspect so that you can proceed accordingly. Because same type of idea, it can come in anyone's mind. Okay. Next, career advancement. What is that? Career advancement means entrepreneur pathways. What is that proper pathway? Suppose You start with the idea participation in the incubator, which can lead to the starting their own business or joining a startup. Next, when you start the entrepreneurial pathways, what is that pathways? You can start, suppose you are starting your own startup by only one. Then what is your benefits? You should firstly go to the proper community network. Secondly, when you start or joining a startup, you should have experienced and skilled persons with you so that you can run these ventures. Third or last point, enhanced employability. When you fund means seed funding. What I already said that this is the part of the seed funding. Seed funding means there is a minimum investment will be there. When there will be the minimum investment, you must have to increase the skill or employed persons. Those will be helpful for running your business. Okay? This is the introductory part of the students. Now, what are the opportunities for the faculties? Faculties, they should start in the different level. When you start in the introductory level, they will start from the research. Firstly, commercialization of the research. You know, research means something new. Research. That means what's not already happening. It's not like that you are going for the research for the Nobel Prize winner. It's not like that. But you will do your work in a different pathway. That is called research. Now, what we say commercialization of the research. When you publish paper, because the publications is the part of the research, when you going for the paper, you must have to think how to commercialize it. That is the commercialization of the research. So, faculty can leverage incubation program to transform their research findings into the marketable services. Okay? It should. So, how it is possible? Only through publication it is not possible. It can possible only by if you going for the patentable ideas. That means if we file for the patent, it can be converted in that way. That is called commercialization of the research. Suppose we can file one patent, that is not commercialization. When patent can be filed, patent can be going for the examination, then finally we will get the patent grant. After that, if we apply for any sponsors, government or anyone or any industry, it can be going for the commercialization. That is called technology commercialization or technology transfer. It is called. Next, industry collaboration. That is called. Suppose I can file the patent. Publications is a different part. Okay? That cannot be commercialized, but patent, it can be commercialized, which can be part of the incubators and startup ventures. So, industry collaborations. There are the many industries. When you file the patent, you have to search to the search engine optimizations. What are the related industries you have? Then you have to approach them. Is it possible? After the grant you can. Before that you can't. When the patent is published, after that is going for the examination, you can't do that. After the grant, you can approach them for accordingly that industry collaborations. So this is the new inventions for them also. So faculty can collaborate with the industry partner for the research funding and commercialization opportunities. Research funding. How can you get it? You can get it by the extramural funding. What is extramural funding? Extramural funding means, suppose Department of Science and Technology under the Government of India, DST, ICSSR, ICMR. These are the funding agency. We can apply there for this project. This your new innovative ideas. If your project will be selected, obviously they will be ready for funding. That is the industry collaboration with funding resources are very much important for incubations. That means I can say technology commercialization. Next part is funding and grants. Access to the funding. Faculty can get the secure funds from the government agency. Private agency, sometimes it can be getting very difficult because they are always searching for the profit and gains. For the government agency, if your project has the very unique and the different idea, you can get it. That is also a very difficult process, but you can try for that. That is called access to the funding. Next is research and development support. Suppose incubation program, it needs the continued research and development process. What is continuous research and development? Because today you can discover something new. After a few seconds, anyone can discover anything that is better than you. So what is the unique idea between him or her beating? So obviously each and every second all the innovative ideas are growing. So you should have very good mind, that means innovative mind. In that mind setup you should have. That is why it is better to start in the student phase. I will always recommend to start from the school level. That will be better, because each and every second there are the new ideas going up and the research and development continuous support is going on. So in that case, research and development cell has a very significant role to motivate all the faculties as well as students regarding that incubation part. Next, cross-disciplinary collaboration. What is cross-disciplinary? Disciplinary. You know that interdisciplinary means your department with other department. That is interdisciplinary. When the cross-disciplinary, suppose incubators usually fosters collaboration across the disciplines. Suppose you are from the any science or technology background. So your idea should be from the technology. Just I am giving one example. Anyone from the computer science background. So his or her innovative idea obviously related to the computer science. Now you have to go for the cross-disciplinary. That idea should have the different perspective. Maybe it from the different way, from the management perspective, from the law perspective, from the science, basic science perspective, from pharmacy perspective. It should have at least 3 or 4 more perspectives, so that your idea must be very unique. Otherwise, if you just concentrate only your departmental ideas, only your subjective ideas, that can be very much, I think that is not very unique, and you cannot go for the further process to file the patent as well. I think, are you getting my point? So this is the way, this is called cross-disciplinary. So faculty members are already advised to work with the colleagues from the different fields, enriching their research and innovation efforts. Now the student engagement. When faculty members are paying for the research, they must have to engage the students and their research projects, providing their mentorship and contributing the students' educational experience. Next is reputation and recognition. When you go for the incubation, suppose your department is going or running one incubation cell or incubator. So obviously it can enhance your academic profile. Obviously this is the faculty member, this is very much beneficial, as well as I obviously recommend for the students. It can grow, that means it can give in a very much impact or remarkable impact in your curriculum vitae, which will be very much, very much ensure that for the employability in the near future, or you can start your own business as an employee or employer as well. Next, institutional impact. Overall institutional impact. That means it must be very much beneficial for your institutions. And the students who are engaged in these incubation opportunities or incubation activities, they are getting additional value. Okay. Finally, the long-term project. What is a long-term project? Suppose which can influence the education. Incubation, that means faculties who are involved in the incubation program, it can influence the curriculum development and integrating practical entrepreneurship training into the academic programs. In your final year, must be there is a dissertation, practical, or that means hands-on experience, something is there. Usually in the science technology, there must be there. So this is the most important influence in your education if they are going through this incubation. This is the additional benefits and also the additional credits which can impact in his or her final results. Next, economic and social contributions. Faculty can contribute the economic development when they will run about their ideas into the incubation cells in the university. Obviously, it can give the economic profit. Obviously, there must be a funding investment is there, but if it will be clicked, obviously there will be an economic profit and social impact through the innovation and entrepreneurship. Next is available incubation programs. You can conduct after the incubations when properly it will be going on. We can start with the incubation program. That means in-house associated incubators. In-house. I am not telling that we have to call or we have to go for this invite the others from the outside, because when we are hiring the outside we have to pay money. So that is not. In-house incubators we are getting if we run properly the incubation cell here. Next, going for the government scheme. Government scheme, I can give you the Atal Innovation Startup or Atal Innovation Mission, AIM. Everyone can search, and Startup India. These are the very important government schemes which are going on. Next, few private and corporate incubators are there. Just like you can say many private companies. Also in the Infosys, IBM, they also have many corporate incubators are there regularly going on. Now going for the international opportunities. If we run the global incubation programs and competitions, in that case obviously it is a very much propaganda or publicity towards others university as well as other industry, so that international opportunities we can get easily. Next question is, how can we apply for that, for these incubation programs? In that case, the application process must be there through the government any website. Just I already mentioned just few minutes back, AIF. There are the many ways you can apply for that, where the incubators usually look for. Okay, and there are the preparation tips must be there in that AIM site. How your application must be very strong and very unique, which contains business plans as well as prototypes. What are the prototypes? First, we can grow the idea. Then when we go for the prototype, means idea can be converted to some practical implications. And by the drawing software we can include or we can grow the prototypes. Next, utilizing the support system. Support system means utilizing your mentors, utilizing your peer networks, utilizing your resources available in the incubators. Now, there are the physical facility support, what I said about the business incubators, just like a rental space, official space, electricity, high-speed internet. These are the very much fundamental resources which you need. And what are the support service you need? Just like marketing advance, that means the bank loans, seed funding, higher educational resources, access to angel investors or venture capitals. I think everyone should have idea about the venture capitals. And the comprehensive business training programs. Otherwise, if you have many ideas, you can't start or you can't run that program smoothly. Next is very important part is management team identification. That is very important part. How can you run the business and how can you organize your team network? And nextly, technology commercialization assistant. There should be a particular cell for the technology commercialization assistance, which can help for the regulatory compliance you must have to follow. Finally, intellectual property management. When you start your idea to convert to the prototype, then going for the incubators, startup ventures, there must be a proper intellectual property protection. Otherwise, your idea to business is fully lost. Okay. So finally, before that, you must have to go for market research. What is the unique properties? What is the budget? And what is the actual significance of your ideas? That means network facilities. I can say the network facilities. In that case, you must have to ready with basic operating costs, minimum operating costs, and you must have administrative assistance. Otherwise, you can't start your new venture. We can say one thing, incubation programs usually offering for the students exciting opportunities. It is very much well known to each and everyone, students as well as faculty. to transform their innovative ideas into the viable startups. But sometimes it can be going for the failure. Failure only for these are the parameters what I have discussed just few minutes back. Because all these parameters, firstly you have to go for proper runway and the proper research, otherwise it never be successful. The program many universities and the many colleges usually run by these universities with the dedicated incubators, provide the resources, mentorship, networking necessary to develop and commercialize the new technologies. Now, so I can say finally few things. What are the functions of the incubators? Incubators functions. Incubations, this part is clear. Now, what is the functions of the incubator? Incubator means it is a safe house. I can say in easy language, it is a safe house for the startup. Okay? So, which can give the proper knowledge to others. That means the entrepreneurs get the proper knowledge for the startup. Entrepreneur talent. We can say entrepreneur talent, which can result the great number of the startup venture. Suppose many audience are sitting there. I can say that everyone should have at least 2 to 4 ideas. But all the ideas can't be converted to the startup. There must be a particular parameter which can be converted. So that is why what are the functions of the incubators? So there must be a proper flow chart. How can you proceed and what are the particular parameters? How can you fill it out? So there must be a probability of success of the startup ensuring the societal and economic benefits. That means your idea should have societal and economic benefits. Otherwise, it cannot run properly. So these are the factors by which all the students and all the faculties are advised to run your incubators and startups very smoothly and properly. Before that, lastly and finally, I say the 3 parameters. If you are very much willing to run your true incubator, there must be a proper parameter, just link of the operations. What are the operational costs and incubator leadership? These 3 parameters are very much important to run the incubations. That's all. From your side, I think many queries will be there. But from my side, the initial stage or introductory part of the incubation for the students as well as the faculties, these are the recommendations as well as advice from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your guidance, which leads us from prototype development to importance of intellectual property rights for preserving ideas. We are delighted for your insightful presentation, which has been incredibly valuable in deepening understanding for this critical process. Dr. Swapnila Roy, we are very grateful for your thoughtful and provoking speech for today's session. Your expertise and perspective have truly enriched our understanding of the topic. We appreciate your time and effort that you have taken to share your experience with us, and we would like our members over here to follow those experiences and your tips so that we also nourish and encourage the young minds to develop some new ideas and for following the incubation process as well. Thank you very much, ma'am, again for this thoughtful seminar on this topic.